It was the summer of 1973. I was stranded along the Trans-Canada Highway near the Saskatchewan-Manitoba border. I remember sitting on the roadside. It was near dusk, and I'm thinking to myself, there's no way anybody is going to stop for me now, when this dark sedan pulled up beside me. When I got in, the driver was this guy about 40. We'd been only on the road maybe 10 minutes when this guy started coming on to me. And I said, "Back off, man. I'm not interested." He stopped the car immediately and I got out. When he drove off, I looked across the road or down the road and I saw this old spooky farmhouse. But I could barely make it out. The sunlight was fading fast and all I could make out was the frame. So I started walking down the highway, trying to distance myself from this place. But the further I get away, the more ominous it grows. Finally, I come to this sharp bend in the highway, and to the immediate right is this grassy pasture. So I figure I'll walk. I hiked out into the pasture. I'm at the midway point when I stop. I unbuckled my knapsack, spread out my sleeping bag along the ground, and fell asleep. I was asleep within seconds. I was in a dead sleep when I heard what sounded like a 747 taken right off over my head. I woke up to see these lights from a transport truck bearing down on me. I figured to myself, did I fall asleep in the highway? The next thing I know, I'm shielding my eyes and I'm screaming! And then the truck veers off down the bend and speeds on down the highway, leaving me a shaken mess. I'm sitting there shaking. I can't go back to sleep. So I stand up and I look across the field at the farmhouse and I think, maybe I should just go over to the owner and try to persuade him to let me spend the night. As I'm getting closer to the house, I start to realize, hey man, this place is abandoned and probably has been for some time. When I get up close, it's all boarded up, except for this single sheet of plywood that's come unhinged. So I move it aside and I squeeze in. Now I had a flashlight in my knapsack, but I didn't need it because there was this really weird green light that was filtering through the walls that was lighting up inside. The next thing I know, I'm walking down this stairwell. And at the bottom is a basement. And there's this mattress spread out across the floor. So I decide to crash and I fall out like a light. The next thing I know, I wake up and I feel this presence in the room, or at least I think someone's in the room, and I stand up. That's when I see this massive shape in front of me, a figure of someone. So I reached inside my knapsack and I pull up my flashlight and I shine it in his face. Only it's not a man. I'm looking at my own reflection from this wall-sized mirror that's radically distorted my form. So I grab my flashlight and I shine it around the rest of the room and I see all this weird artifacts, really weird objects that can best be described as props. I go back to sleep, but I can't sleep. So I wait for morning. And when the morning comes, I can't get out of there fast enough. And as I'm leaving, I see more of these weird things. I see like the remnants of an old Ferris wheel and these old horses from a merry-go-round in these mildewed tents. I didn't wait around. I had to figure it all out. It just didn't make any sense to me. It was too weird to be believed. Since then, I've traveled that area 4 or 5 times by train, bus, car. I've even hitchhiked, and I never, ever saw that place again. I don't even know if it ever existed. Maybe it was just a figment of my imagination.